Our today's topic is solving trigonometric equations. Our learning target of the day is students will use inverse functions to solve trigonometric equations that arise in modeling context. Evaluate the solutions using technology and interpret them in terms of the context. Our essential question of the day is how do inverse trigonometric functions help us to solve equations? Corresponding big idea. Use unit circle to explain symmetry, odd and even, and periodicity of trigonometric functions. Now this is some important information. You all know about this thing. Ratio for tangent theta from the unit circle is ratio of y-axis over x-axis, and it is also your sine theta over cosine theta. This information I will use during this session over here. These are some of the steps to solve our trigonometric equations. So what are the steps to solve trigonometric equations? First step, put the equation in terms of one function of one angle. Write the equation as one trigonometric function of an angle equals a constant. Write down the possible values of the angle using the unit circle. If necessary, solve for the variable. And at the end, which is very important step, apply any restrictions on the solution. Let's look at our first question. Find all angles that satisfies the equation sine theta is equal to radical 2 over 2. So your first step should be what? You need to look in the unit circle which are the where are the values of sine theta equal to 0 radical 2 over 2. Now what we know from earlier is sine theta is what? Ratio of y over r in a unit circle, and r is what? That's our unit value of 1. So when I look in the unit circle over here, I've given you the unit circle. So I start from here. This is my 0 over here. This is my 1/2. At this place I see my value of y. That's my radical 2 over 2. That's my pi over 4. So what I came across is I came across with one angle as pi over 4. So I will keep on going. No, over here pi over 2, no. 2 pi over 3, no. But at 3 pi over 4, what I see over here is I still have the same value, theta over theta square root of 2 over 2. So my another value is what? My another angle which I found is what? 3 pi over 4. So after this, what I can do is I can just check all of this. I was not able to find. Only these are the two coordinates, these are the two angles which I have the values over here. Now what I know over here is all the coterminal angles of theta equal to pi over 4 and theta equal to 3 pi over 4, they will be also an answer. Now think like this. If my first answer is, let's erase this one, okay? My first answer is pi over 4. What happens if I'm looking for the coterminal angle over here? Coterminal angle will be back over here, you see. So I got one more angle over here. So this is pi over 4, then this will be my 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, 6 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4 over here, 6 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4, 8 pi over 4, 9 pi over 4. This means if I will do one complete rotation, I have a coterminal angle of pi over 4 as what? 9 pi over 4, and it just keeps on going. Similarly for 3 pi over 4, if I'm looking for the coterminal angle over here, again I will have one more angle over here. So this means what we came to the conclusion is that there are many angles which will be the solution for this question over here, because this question does not give a restriction over here, just says just find the general angle satisfying this condition. So my final answer will be what? I have to write a statement for this. So let's write a statement over here. So our statement will be like this. We have theta is equal to pi over 4. That's our one angle plus. Now as you see, when I was looking for the coterminal angle, what was it? It was 360 degree or 2 pi over here. Okay, so I can write over here pi over 4 one angle plus 360 degree or 2 pi over here. Now what we did one rotation over here. How about if I take one more? How about if I take one more rotation over here? How about if I take one more rotation over here? You see, I can keep on going the continuous number rotation. So what I will write is, I will write over here n over here. Okay, so where n is what? N is a number of rotation or n is an integer. So this is one of my possible answer for this question. Now we have another angle also, 3 pi over 4. So another answer will be theta is equal to 3 pi over 4 plus 2 pi and n. N is the number, n is an integer or number of rotation which we will make to find another angle. So this is a general solution for this question over here. So question was saying find all angles that satisfy the equation sine theta equal to radical 2 over 2, and I found my answer. These are my answers over here. Because of this 2 pi over n, it just suffices the condition that we can find any angles over here, any number of angles which satisfy this condition. Let's go to another problem. All right, let's do this problem over here. What this question over here is says find all angles. Now remember, they did not give us a condition. It just says find all angles that satisfies the given equation below. 2 sine x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so let's try to solve this. First of all, since it looks like an equation, what I will do is I will subtract 1 from both the sides. So when I subtract 1 from both the sides, I will be left over with 2 sine x. This will be cancelled out, which will be become by 2 0 and negative 1 over here. Now after this, what I can do over here is this is my 2 times sine x. Like I was dividing my equations, I will divide this by 2. So when I divide this by 2, what I will be having is I will be having sine x is equal to what? Negative 1/2. All right. Now after this, what I will do is I will use my unit circle to find the sine x ratio of sine x over here. So let's look over here. Sine x is negative 1/2. Now you know in the first quadrant over here, all my sine values are positive. Second quadrant, all of my sine values are positive. But in third quadrant over here, let's look for the ratio of y over r. So I was able to find at this place over here, this is my, so what is my angle? 7 pi over 6. So I was able to find one angle over here. Now in this case, my angle will be what? It will be x. So x is equal to what? 7 pi over 6. Okay, so now let's see another angle over here. Okay, I'm just keep on going over here. So I found one more angle over here. This is what? This is my 11 pi over 6. So I was able to find two angles, and all the coterminal angles of 7 pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6 will suffice this condition. So what is my answer over here is? My answer will be 7 pi over 6, and you know what we do? Since we are looking for the coterminal angles, we write 2 pi and n. N is an integer over here, or n is the number of rotation which you make. Okay, what is another answer? 11 pi over 6 plus 2 pi n. So this is my another answer over here. So this is how we find the angles over here that satisfies the given equation. Our next question says, same question, find all angles that satisfies the equation below. Sine theta is equal to negative radical 3 over 2. Now when I looked at the negative sign, it just clearly tells me as I know my sine theta in the first quadrant is my positive, second quadrant again is my positive. When I say sine theta, I'm looking at the y values in this part over here. So this means I need to come to the third quadrant over here where I will find my negative radical 3 over 2. So I was able to find at this place over here negative radical 3 over 2, which is what? Which is my 4 pi over 3. So I was able to find one angle, that's your 4 pi over 3. What about another one over here? Let's see over here. So I saw over here, now again it is my cosine. I'm looking at, it's my sine. I'm looking at this, so this is one more time over here. So this is what? This is my 5 pi over 3. So my answer is, my possible answer over here is theta is equal to 4 pi over 3 and 5 pi over 3 and all the coterminal angles of both of these. So my final answer will be theta is equal to 4 pi over 3 plus 2 pi n. And another answer will be what? And theta is equal to 5 pi over 3 plus again 2 pi n. So this is how I got my answer over here. Now if the question was telling me there is a condition between 0 and 2 pi, then I will not write this 2 pi and I will just stop for those only. Let's try to solve another question over here. Now my next question says find all angles that satisfies the equation below. Cosine theta is equal to negative 1. I want you to pause this video and try to solve this on your own, and then we see how you came to this answer. Now this time the question given to us is cosine theta is negative 1. So we will use the same approach over here. Now cosine is the ratio of what? Your x over r. Okay, so let's see over here. What I'm looking at the x value. This is my 1. Now since I know it's a negative number over here, in the first quadrant it's not possible because all of my sine and cosine, they are positive over here. What about in the second quadrant? We can see in the second quadrant we are looking for x values. Yes, I was able to find one x value as negative 1 at what? Pi radian over here. Pi, this is my angle pi over here. Let's see, keep going. No, I do not find anything. No. So what this is telling me, this is telling me theta is equal to pi. Okay, and if in case I go, I have to make one more rotation over here for the what, for my coterminal angle over here. So my answer is what, theta is equal to pi. Now how I found another coterminal angle, I have to make one full circle over here, that's my 2 pi, and you just write n over here. So these are all the angles that satisfies this equation over here. So what it is telling you, it is telling you that you need is the information about the unit circle. This is very important. Let's try another problem. So my next question says tangent theta is equal to -1. So what the question is asking give me the find the angles that give me a tangent ratio of -1. So let's look in this unit circle over here where we can find tangent ratio -1. Now you remember at the beginning of this session I gave you a formula, just like the ratio, tangent theta is equal to what, ratio of y over x, or sine theta over cosine theta. That's the formula which we will be using. So let's see over here where I can get. Now first of all, there's a negative number. I will not get my answer in my first quadrant, that's for sure. I have to look in my second quadrant, and I'm looking for two same values of x and y but with a different sign. This means one should be positive, one should be negative. This will not work for me. Now let's look at what about this 3 pi over 4 over here. Yes, so when I will see, take it over here, this is my radical 2 over 2, that's my y, and this is my x over here, this over here. So when I cancel them, I will end up with what, -1. So this satisfies my condition over here. Okay, so what I came to know my theta is equal to what, 3 pi over 4. So I was able to get my answer. What about the coterminal angles of theta equal to pi over 4? Let's see over here. So when I'm looking over here, I'm sorry, not the coterminal angle, reference angle. When I'm looking over here, what about this one over 7 pi over 4? Yes, and what it is at a distance of what? It is at a distance of pi. Okay, so what I can do is, instead of writing with 2n pi, I can write over here 2n pi, because this is at the pi distance. What I can write it n pi over here. So this means when you are looking for these angles over here which satisfies the condition tangent theta equal -1, your answer will be 3 pi over 4 plus n pi. Again, why it is like this? So you see over here, this one will give me the answer -1, and this one also give me the answer of -1 over here. You can see this one gives me negative radical 2 over 2 over radical 2 over 2, which will give me what, -1 over here. So now if I was writing 3 pi, let's do some math over here. 3 pi over 4 plus 2n pi. 2n pi means I'm just taking whole one round over here. I will end up with the same answer over here. But what about this one over here? Okay, so what I did is, instead of writing like this, I wrote it over here, 3 pi over 4 plus pi. It gives me the answer. Again, if I plus pi, it goes to another one. Again, if I do plus one more pi, it just keeps on going like this. This is how I got my answer. Let's check another problem here. Let's practice one more problem. Find all angles that satisfies the given equation below. So now we have to find angles that gives us the cosine ratio of 1/2. Okay, so let's again do this. Let's look in our unit circle what is going on over here. So 1/2, that's the ratio of x over r. So I will go over here. I'm looking for my x value. I was able to find one of this over here. That's my pi over 3. So I'll write one angle is what, pi over 3. So let's see one more angle over here. Can we find something else? Okay, now this is the second quadrant, and cosine theta is negative over here, but our question says positive, so we cannot go over here. Now we cannot. Let's look over here if I can find out. No, what about this part over here? 5 pi over 6. So I got another one of 5 pi over 3. So my answer will be what? My answer will be, in this case, my answer will be theta is equal to pi over 3 plus 2 pi n. Okay, and another angle will be what? Theta is equal to 5 pi over 3 plus 2 pi n, all the coterminal angles of those. So this is my answer over here. So this is how I was able to find the angle for this. Okay, so this is how we write the statement that covers all of our coterminal angles over here. All right, so let's go to another problem. Go ahead and pause the video and try to solve this problem on your own, and once you have solved, then come back and check your answer over here. So what is the answer? Now this question says tangent theta is equal to negative radical 3. So I have to find an angle that gives me a tangent ratio of negative radical 3. So now you know tangent theta is a ratio of what? Y over x. Let me write it over here. Y over x. And you know this is a negative number, so this cannot be in the first quadrant. It should, let's check in the second quadrant over here. So I will look for, one should be my negative quantity, another one should be my positive quantity over here. So I came across this first one over here. Okay, so this is my y and that's my x. So I will write it over here. This is my y, radical 3 over 2, and my x is negative 1/2. So when I'm dividing this, I end up with my answer negative radical 3. Because 2 and 2 can be cancelled out over here. That's my answer. So yes, so I was able to find one angle over here, 2 pi over 3. So let's check another over here. Do we have any reference angle over here? So what I came to know is I just looked at this one over here. Okay, 5 pi over 3 over here. Okay, at my pi distance, this is my one value over here. So what happens is if I do it y over x, negative radical 2, 3 over 2 over 1/2, this will be what? Negative radical 3. So I got one more angle over here. So in this case, what I can write it over here, since that's at my distance of pi over here, so I can write my final answer as over here. My possible solutions will be what? 2 pi over 3 plus n pi. So this is my final solution for this problem over here. Okay, so let's check another problem. So we are doing lots of practice problem over here. What my suggestion to you is take notes, copy these in your notebook, and there is a worksheet at the end of this lesson. I've given you a worksheet also. Do that worksheet, complete that worksheet, and send me the worksheet over here for extra credits. I will add extra 5 points to your test request. Let's check another question. Now in this question you will see it gives us a condition. For all angles for the theta is between 0 and 2 pi that satisfy the equation cosine theta is equal to negative radical 2 over 2. Now do keep in mind there's a restriction to us that we cannot go above 2 pi. So cosine theta is the ratio of x over r, and r is in the unit circle is a 1. So we will check for the values where we are looking for the angle that gives me the cosine ratio of negative radical 2 over 2. Now in my first quadrant all of my values are positive, so I cannot check it. I will go to the second quadrant over here. Okay, so let's look in the second quadrant over here. So when I'm looking at my x value, I was able to find at this place I can see negative radical 2 over 2, that's my 3 pi over 4. So I got my theta is equal to what? 3 pi over 4. So can I check some other place also? Yes, I was able to see at this place also over here I'm having 5 pi over 4. So now first thing which comes in our mind is let's write our answer. Theta is equal to 3 pi over 4 plus 2 pi n. What it is telling you is telling you, you are looking at all the coterminal angles over here. But in this case, if you look over here, this says the condition is 0 to 2 pi. So our 2 pi is, we started from here. This is a third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Sorry, this is my third quadrant. Let's look in the fourth quadrant anywhere. No, I have this value, but this is positive. So from 0 to 2 pi over here, I was only able to find two angles, which gives me the cosine ratio of negative radical 2 over 2. So this means I cannot write it like this. Okay, so only thing my answer is what? Theta is equal to 3 pi over 4 and what? 5 pi over 4. So let me rewrite it carefully, clearly over here. So I got two angles for this question solution over here. Theta is equal to 3 pi over 4. So this is my first one over here. And another one is theta is equal to 5 pi over 4. Now if in case they would have not given us these conditions over here, then we would have written 2 pi n or plus pi n. That in that terms we should have written our answer. Find all angles in the interval 0 between theta is between 0 and 4 pi that satisfies the equation below. 2 sine theta equal to negative 1. First of all, let's write in terms of sine theta. Okay, so what I can do, I will divide both the sides by 2 over here, which will give me sine theta is equal to negative 1/2. So now I have to find angles that give me a tangent ratio of -1/2 over here. So, and now do keep in mind the condition which we have been given, restriction we have been given is 0 to 4 pi over here. So what I will do is I will take one complete rotation over here, and then I will go one more time over here. So this will make my complete 4 pi. So this is something which I have to pay attention to. Okay, so let's start over here. So let me change the color over here. At this time let's pick red. So when I'm going now do sine theta is what is the ratio of y over r. So I'm looking at the y values over here. So -1/2. Now you all know in first quadrant sine is always positive, so we cannot have any value. Similarly in second quadrant sine is what? Sine is positive. What about third quadrant over here? Look only for the y value. So I was able to see this is -1/2, 7 pi over 6. This is my first angle over here, 7 pi over 6. Okay, so I will keep on going over here. Okay, so what I saw over here, this again my -1/2, that's my 11 pi over 6. So what I did is I have just moved only for 2 pi rotation over here. Okay, I need to do one more time, so that will make it 4 pi. So we'll keep on. Now this time we have to do a little bit of counting also. So this is my 11 pi over 6, this will be my 12 pi over 6, 13 pi over 6, 14 pi over 6, 15 pi over 6, 16 pi over 6, then we have 17 pi over 6, 18 pi over 6, and we come back to what? 19 pi over 6. I'll write over here 19 pi over 6. Now I will keep on going because I have to go complete round until over here. This will be my 20 pi over 6, 21 pi over 6, 22 pi over 6, and this is my what? 23 pi over 6. 23 pi over, yeah, 24. This is my what? 23 pi over 6. So these are all the possible solution for this question over, you see. So these are all the angles that are coming in this interval over here, where theta is between 0 to 4 pi, and that satisfies the equation over here. So this is how we find our answer over here. Let's try one more question over here. I will go with one more question just for the practice purpose. Now this is saying over to us, find all angles in the interval theta which is between 0 to 4 pi that satisfies the equation below. Tangent theta is equal to radical 3. So let's pause the video over here and try to solve on your own. Once you got your answer, then check with my answer whether your answer matches with mine. Find all angles in the interval theta is less than equal to, 0 is less than equal to theta is less than equal to 4 pi that satisfies the given equation. We have been given tangent theta is equal to radical 3. So just now recall we learned this earlier. Tangent theta is a ratio of y-axis over x value over here. So and this is a positive number, so this means it should be in the first quadrant over here, and let's look in the third quadrant over here. Okay, let's try the first quadrant. Y over x, I will look at this part over here. Okay, so my y value over here is radical 3 over 2 and divided by 1 over 2. So what was my answer? Radical 3. So I came to know what my one angle is, what my pi over 3. I got my one angle. So when I'm keep going over, this means I came to know my values are 1/2 and radical 3 over 2, and that's my pi over 3 over here. So let's see over here. What about this angle 4 pi over 3? Yes. So when I look at 4 pi over 3 over here, 4 pi over 3 I will do at this place over here. For 4 pi over 3, it is yours y over x negative radical 3 over 2 divided by -1/2. So this cancels out, and I'm sorry, negative sign was outside over here, not inside. Let me erase it and rewrite it completely. Okay, so this is my what? This is my negative y over x. So we are taking the ratio over here, so that changes to positive, and this will be cancelled out. Your answer will be positive 3. So I got another angle as what? 4 pi over 3. So let's write over here 4 pi over 3. Now do keep in mind we have to keep on going until 4 pi. So this is just my one what do you call rotation over here. Okay, so after this I will keep on going. I will again, so this is my 4 pi over 3, 5 pi over 3. So this is my 6 pi over 3. So this will be my what? This will be my 7 pi over 3. Okay, so one angle I got is 7 pi over 3. So okay, this is 7 pi over 3. Okay, then afterward this will be my 8 pi over 3. Okay, yeah, 8 pi over 3. Then we have 9 pi over 3, and this will be yours what? So that will be our answer, 10 pi over 3. So let's write it over here. This is our 10 pi over 3. So these are all the possible solution for the angles in the interval between 0 and 4 pi over here. So we were able to find all angles whose that gives us a tangent ratio of radical 3. Alright, there you go. We are at the end over here. This is the last question of this session. We have similar question over here. Interval is 0 to 4 pi, and we are looking for the angles that give us a cosine ratio of 0. Cosine is a ratio of x over r. So when I'm looking over here, I was able to find at this angle pi over 2, my x value is 0. So one angle is my pi over 2. So again, I was able to see straight away over here 3 pi over 2, that's mine was another one. So if in case I go one more time over here, this will be my 4 pi over 2, this will be my 5 pi over 2, because you remember we have been given the condition 0 to 4 pi. This is my 6 pi over 2, and this will be my what? This will be my 7 pi over 2. So this was kind of very easy for us, since we use our rules to find the angles that give us the cosine ratio of 0. Now what I have done, I have given a worksheet for you along with this session. I will show you the worksheet also. That worksheet you have to complete, finish it, and send it to me, and I will add extra 5 points towards your test or quiz, whichever is low grade. So this is a worksheet which I want you to solve these questions from here. There are only 10 questions. This will act as a practice question also for you. And once you have solved all of those problems, send me the worksheet through email or by the Canvas inbox box, so I can check it, and I will give you extra 5 points to which can be added towards your test or quiz grade. Alright, have a wonderful evening. Take care. Bye.